Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim or Simnaya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. I want to ask this question: why is it that each time we want to talk about racism happening to Black people and other people, they are very uncomfortable talking about it, and then they go to the extent of lying or trying to tell you that not everything is all about race? Why you all know that everything, especially in America, is all about race, right? So why is it that it is very hard for them to teach racism or talk about histories in schools and all that? Because it is violent and they do not want to teach their kids that. They don't want their kids to know what happened and all that. That's why most history, especially in America, is completely whitewashed, right? I remember one Ukrainian woman, ladies said that she relocated to the US, and they taught them so much about Holocaust, but they refused to even teach them about African American history, slavery, telling them that it was just something that happened, and but everything that, everything went back to normal and they live happily ever after. The lies they tell or they say about history and all that, especially Black history. Now let's get into this. Why is it that most times when you tell them not to use a particular word, like the N word and some other words, that time you said do not use it, that is when they will start asking or they start, why do you people want to know why you shouldn't use just N word? Just don't use it. Let's get into this.
A white buddy of mine today said, Dixon, not everything's about race, man. Right, buddy? I told him, I said, it ain't never been about race. Cause, I found out, that about 95% of these school shootings is by white people. Almost all of them is done by white people. And there's been hundreds of them now. Hundreds of mass shootings all around the country. But imagine if it was brown and black folks that was shooting up in white schools. But, yeah, that wouldn't make any difference, right? He said, well, of course not, Dixon. That ain't going to make no damn difference in gun control. It's the Second Amendment. And I said, yeah, it's funny, though, in 1968, they had the Black Panthers with AK-47s and whatnot and assault rifles, and they were arming themselves. And by God, the first time they passed common sense gun laws. I mean, they banned the fucking assault rifle. All this amazing shit happened. But, yeah, you're right. If it was black and brown people shooting up white schools, well, no, that wouldn't make any difference. I said, you know what? You're right, buddy. It ain't about race. That's why they want to ban CRT, because we ain't got no real racism in our history. That's why they want to ban wokeism and ban racial consciousness, because there ain't no racism here. There never was. From slavery to assassination, Abraham Lincoln, MLK to Jim Crow, man, it ain't never been about race, and it never will be. And that's why they got all that legislation to stop black books and to ban and criminalize black books and black history, because it ain't never been about race, none of it. And we're supposed to just sweep it under the carpet and not talk about it. We're supposed to normalize denying and gaslighting white supremacy, because that's the goddamn motherfucking American way, right, buddy? But this time he was getting pretty red in the face. I don't know why, but I'm just saying it's not about race, right? The KKK in Tennessee, founded in Pulaski, Tennessee, was never about race. Those 3 state representatives, 2 of them being expelled today, and the white one not being expelled for the exact same behavior, not about race. You're right. Nothing in America is about race, and that's why they're fighting so hard to not talk about race. Because if we don't talk about it, we'll never fix it. And the system and the culture of white supremacy will keep right on shining throughout the land. And in reality, that's what you want, my friend. The one who says, not everything's about race. You're right. Not everything's about race in the mind of a white person. But if you're not white, every fucking thing is about race. But to talk about it as a white person makes you uncomfortable, makes you have to face your own fucking immorality, your own fucking inhumanity. Wow. Can you imagine that as a white person, having to face your own immorality and inhumanity? That's too much. You should just be able to sweep it under the carpet, keep the system alive, continue to benefit, have privileges. That's what it's all about, right? You're right. That's how white supremacy works. And that's why it'll never be fixed until you get uncomfortable and face the fucking truth as white people. Let's just say we're probably no longer friends. Hey, y'all, I just want to talk to liberals out there from my heart. As a MAGA man, I love Trump. And they say I'm in the court. I ain't no court. Let me tell you something. Trump told me to jump off that fucking bridge over there by God to my death. I'd fucking do it. That ain't a court. That's love. That's fucking love. But I don't want to talk to these goddamn liberals out there. The fact is, if I'm honest about it, Trump, all he wants to do is help white, straight Christian men. Let him do it. He just wants to keep us on top, let us keep our place. He wants to oppress and let everybody else that's a woman, that's brown, that's black, that ain't Christian, that's gay, LGBTQ, whatever the hell it all is. He wants to keep them down under us. That's all the man's trying to do in a nutshell. Keep the rich richer and the poor poorer. I'm being honest with you. He don't care about nobody but rich folks, if we're honest. And to be honest, I know Trump's a narcissist. He only cares about himself. And I know he's normalizing narcissism. I know he is normalizing immorality, inhumanity, racism, white supremacy, white nationalism, misogyny, all that. He's normalizing lying. He's normalizing conning. He's normalizing criminal activity. He's normalizing treason. I know that. But because I myself care about the white man, I'm willing to die for him. Call that a cult if you want to. But Trump is Orange Jesus. He's my fucking savior. And one day he's going to come down out of heaven and save me. Y'all may call that crazy, but I believe it. Yes, white supremacy can make you batshit fucking crazy. And yes, we found our fucking leader. And there ain't a white supremacist in this country that would fucking disagree with me. They all worship Trump. They all celebrate Trump. They all support him. And so do I. And that's why the Republican Party is now MAGA. We've always been white nationalists. It's just we ain't shy about it no more. Trump made the shy racist confident, proud. He made it fashionable again. That's all we're trying to do, y'all. We're going to stop this wokeness. We ain't going to allow white supremacy to be dismantled. We ain't going to allow, have we ever had justice, equality in this country? No. America's always been full of racial disparities, and by God, that's the way we going to keep it, and the Heritage Foundation. And Trump and MAGA and Project 2025 is going to make it all possible. They got a plan laid out, a 900-page plan. It's all laid out right there. They got laws they're going to pass. Women's rights, gone. Black rights, gone. Immigrants, gone. Banning black authors, black books. DEI, justice, equity, diversity, gone. Y'all ain't going to have no fucking rights. But let me tell you something. Trump's going to keep the rich, white, Christian man on top, by God. And that's why we fucking love Orange Jesus. That's the real reason, y'all, right there.
Hey, so this is my second time doing this. The first time I posted a video and I got some feedback and made me think, and it wasn't really the message that I wanted to send. And I guess I don't know, I said a couple things that I'm thinking better of now. But my commenter here says, if the N-word is so bad, why do black people say it every day? And the answer to that is, I don't know. You'd have to ask a black person who says it every day why they choose to do that. My theory, based on reading, based on experience, based on history and some research, is that if you take a word back and use it on your own terms, you can dispower it, remove the power from it, the negative power. I'm not good with my words today, but you can take away the power that it has, that white people have when they use it. And in theory, that makes sense. I personally in practice, don't see it working. But that doesn't mean that for many Black people, it's not something that they feel strongly about and want to use. It's, again, I said this in my other video. I wish Kendrick would come out, like somebody of huge influence would come out and say, hey, why don't we just stop using it? I don't think that's ever going to happen. The reason I want that to happen, though, is because I work in a middle school, and the number of non-Black kids that use this word, and yes, they're using it as a term of endearment. They're not being malicious, but then sometimes they are, like, and that's, they know exactly what they're saying, and it really, 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 really bothers me, and I will call them on it every single time. It bothers me. A lot of Hispanic kids, white kids, a lot of white kids, but see, white kids, they tend to look and not know better, because that doesn't mean they don't use it, but they're not going to say it if I'm around. I'm not saying they don't say it. I'm saying they know not to say it if I'm within earshot. But a lot of Hispanic kids and a lot of Asian kids using the N-word with each other, and with Black friends and with white friends. But anyway, so I don't like it, and I wish that there would be this movement towards just not using it at all. But again, I don't think that that's going to happen, and my opinion on this isn't particularly relevant. I listen to music with the song, with the word in it. I never, people be like, of course you do. When it's in a song, you don't just, sing along or rap along. No. So there's plenty of music that I listen to that has the word. Movies. It's not a word that I want used and spoken in my house. My husband uses it with his friends, his brother mostly, some of his friends. But just the really close people. I've never heard my kid use it. That day might be coming, but so far, no. Anyway, so but ultimately, if you hear somebody using it, I would say, hey, I've always heard that's just such a terrible word. Why don't you talk to me about why you're using it? I think
so this is all I got from this video, and a very shout out to Dixon White. He's always coming with the truth. And I am going to ask this: why is it that they keep telling us that everything is not all about race, when sincerely speaking, they know what they are doing and everything is all about race? Why is it that we cannot have, a deep conversation with them, especially when it comes to race? That it's somewhere you see them deflating, and they get so worked up. They become very, very nervous. They become very, very defensive and all that. I don't know what they're doing, but it's really it's more like them. Like, you cannot hold a tangible conversation with them, especially when it comes to, race. Now, like I said before in one of my videos, I've been saying it and I will not stop saying it. I told you all that if you were, like, probably mistakenly, someone that looked like me was the one that did this cooked that happened days back during the campaign. Trust me, this would have been I don't know what I don't know, but it will really be very dangerous. But I am so happy that the whole thing is coming from them, and the fact that they also refuse to acknowledge that it's also coming from them, the person that did it is also their own member and all that, but they are looking for people to pin that on. That also tells you the kind of people they are and all that. And now, like I keep saying, for everybody, I don't know, I do not have problem with people where people are, who you support and all that. But as they all can see that, the whole thing is just not being clear and not being very, not being so, how do I say it? It's not clear. And at the same time, it's confusing. because the people that are supporting these people sees everything. I don't know how some people can be blindly led, you know. You see everything concerns this person, or everything about this person is not pure, and you know this person is not going to take you anywhere, right? But they still want to follow him because it is not, it is one of them. You know, when they say vote blue no matter who, when they said that, they really meant it. They were not joking when they said it, you know. And I keep asking myself, what is going to be people's fate like after this whole election? And then he starts working and life becomes really very miserable. How will they turn back to say, we made mistake? Can you? Because there won't be anybody to help anybody to fix anything, because the deed has already been done and everybody will step back in their own mess till anytime the whole thing expires, their mess expires, right? So this is also one of the reasons why all of a sudden Bansuya, I mean, we are Christian nationals and all that, the Christian country and all that. But I mean, just ban everything, anything that got to do with woke, ban it. And now you all already know that another name for Black people is, you know, before it was, they couldn't use the N word, then they moved over to woke. Wokeism is now, it's a racial slur now. But they stopped using woke because they felt like, oh, they've known what we're saying. Now they moved over to DEI. So ask me how Black people and every other person became DEI. This is also things that people are going to look at because the signs are there. If anybody says that they are not seeing signs, the signs are there that it's not going to be a great one. But I am not going to, like, you know, we all are going to watch and see how it unwraps, right? But yeah, it is what it is. And I think the last video also is talking about, I mean, it's really amazing how now these people really want to, I don't know why they feel so horrible that because they cannot say the N word. Why are Black people saying it? I have never seen this kind of people. People that are, you told that I do not want you people to use this kind of word and us and all that. It is a slur. Do not use it. And they are asking, if the N word is so bad, why do Black people say it every day? They say it because it is for us. We can use it. You cannot call me that. You know? You cannot call me that. I can call my sister anything. Like I probably can call her. I can, you know how siblings joke and all that. I really can call her some certain words, like, you know, use or silly go or things like that. But when my friends come and call my sister silly girl, are they okay? You know? So this is for Black people. It is not for you. I don't know why they always cry river when they cannot use a certain word. I mean, you all really are kind of crazy, you know, because it's only a crazy person that will, I mean, all they want to do and all they are thinking is just something negative. Because why would somebody, even me as a Black person, I don't use it. I do not use that word. Then why would you use it on me? Even when people say it beside me, I give them that look like, what the hell are you people talking about? Right? I am Black. And it's not every, excuse me, it's not every Black person that use it. But for those that are using it, they can use it. It's not like it's something they cannot use. But it's still not every Black person that use it. And you that is not Black want to use it. Like how? See you all in my next video. Bye for now.